You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we take a look at Dan Trachtenberg's newest film, Predator Badlands. This is his third Predator film and the seventh in the mainline series, not including Alien vs. Predator 1 or 2. Leading up to this film, I was a little bit worried for sure. Seeing that the Predator was going to be the main character of the film, I had my kind of issues, but leaving the theater yesterday, I can happily say I was very, very impressed. What Dan Trachtenberg has done was pretty much breathe a new breath of fresh air into this dead series, in my opinion. The Predator from 2018 was horrible, horrible. I did not like Shane Black's approach, and I know that there was some really bad kind of studio interference. But with Prey and Killer of Killers, I feel like we've gotten such an interesting look at the Predator franchise. And I can definitely say that Predator Badlands really hits that hat trick for me. I feel like this is very much more of a kind of actiony sci-fi adventure film, and seeing it from this young Yautja's kind of perspective, as he is the runt of his clan and he's really trying to prove himself by going on the first hunt. It's so interesting, and you really get so much kind of background and lore that you've had to otherwise go to things like comic books or other kind of books to really scratch that itch. This film, I really feel like, does the most as far as setting up who the predators are and what they really come from and really what they stand for, instead of just kind of getting like a passing idea. I see people really talking about how this is a Disneyified film and how Mickey Mouse has his claws in it. I really can't think that this is farther from the truth. This is what we needed. We needed to take a different look at this amazing franchise, and I love the Predator series. It, as you can see, is one of my favorite kind of franchises. I remember watching the first Predator as a kid and just being mesmerized. The design of the creature, the characters, everything came together, and I think it is a perfect film. But for the last five movies, for the most part, we have the same formula. You really have to kind of change things up to really kind of remain engaged to the series. What we see here with these new worlds and everything in these worlds is just amazing. The world design and the little things from the different kind of plants and trees and the creatures and stuff like that, it feels like everything is so flushed out. We have Dek, who's played amazingly by Demetrius Kolamatangi, who I am so sorry, sir, I am probably butchering your last name. He does such an amazing job. His performance almost reminds me of like Kratos from God of War. This whole film honestly reminds me of the two newest God of War films. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Actually, it's a very, very high compliment. Elle Fanning plays Thea, who is the synthetic by Wayland Yutani, who is on world. I've seen so many people have kind of some issues about that, but like I said, we need this in a kind of breath of fresh air in the franchise. It makes you really kind of think like, wow, there is not a single real human being in the film, and it works so well. And I think that really plays to the strength of this movie being PG-13, but you wouldn't know that. There is decapitations, there's gore, there's dismemberment going on, but because there's no real humans in the film and you're not really seeing red blood, then it really can keep that PG-13 rating, but still not shy away from showing you anything really kind of um, insane. I just had an absolute blast with this film. Yeah, there were some small things that I really didn't like, but it might not necessarily be for me. What I love about things like that is, for the most part, people that are not interested in the Predator franchise can walk into this film with a new set of eyes and be like, okay, wow, well, those other films weren't really for me, but I really like this one. I like the tones, I like the adventure kind of aspects of it. Honestly, I feel like the new Jurassic World, I feel like this movie, Predator Badlands, does what the latest Jurassic World was trying to do even better. This is a film that we really need, and this is a film I feel like we really need to support so we can get sequels and kind of really see what we've been wanting to see for years. And that is kind of these cool, new, interesting stories on the big screen. Not going to streaming, nothing like that. Going to the big screen, supporting movies. I saw it in the kind of grandiose RPX, which is the kind of big ultra format that the Regal Cinemas does. And it was amazing. The sounds were almost deafening at points, and that screen feels like it's stretched for miles and miles long. But God, I had such a big smile on my face. I loved it so, so much. Guys, let me know if you saw Predator Badlands yet and what your overall thoughts on the movie was. Until next time, guys, I love you all so, so much, and I will catch you in the next video.